And we're gonna head down to the dirty South, a place me and my bro had grew up in. We had spent a lot of time in our earlier years, Atlanta, Georgia. And we're gonna take a trip down to Lake Lanier, where another life has been claimed by this possessed lake.
No, yeah, Lake Lanier. Over the weekend, a 20-year-old died in Margaritaville on Lake Lanier. It's the 200th and
it's another death,
30th
man. It's
death drowning
death,
at Lake Lanier, and my thing is just it's not gonna stop, and it's not a coincidence.
Yeah, people don't really know the history of Lake Lanier, which is an old town.
It was Oscarville.
And the city needed electricity, and they needed a place to create a dam and flood. And guess where they chose? Where all the black people were.
They chose to flood out the black people, push them out. And there's a school, there's a bank, there's a racetrack. There's people say there's literally a suction, a vacuum you can feel coming from down there. And that's because there's still people down there, still homes down there, there's still lives down there. There's still buses down there, airplanes, like there's things down there that people left behind, because they were chased out, flooded out. And, it's happened in plenty of places in America, but that's one of the most documented ones. And the fact that Lake Lanier keeps taking lives, I mean, it's like, how more evident do you got to be, whether you believe in curses or not, whether you believe in, happenstances,
spirits or whatever it is.
Over 200 drownings. And every summer, it just seems like it doesn't stop when it comes to Lake Lanier. And it's just insane because there's so many plights like that across America where, black people were pushed. I believe we spoke on it earlier, in the year on the same, on this very platform about the different, atrocities that's happening against blacks, with towns have been flooded out from Oregon to Alabama to Georgia.
Central Park. Yeah.
The Central Park and how they were pushed out. But yeah, that caught my eye in the news because it's like at one point, do they reconcile? At one point, do they say, hey, there's something going on, there's something wrong, we need to see what's happening. Even though we know what's going on, it's, it's our ancestors, it's the energy, it's you flooding out black people and leaving, standing, fixtures down there still, and people boating and fishing over them like nothing happened, nothing's going to come from it. But what are you guys going to do about it?
And that's what's crazy about it is that they're not trying to shine a history on it. Like, you guys literally said, hey, we want this town. They refused, and without warning was flooded. There are literally people and families that were killed that did not leave their homes, that did not believe they would be forced out. And for a lot of people, you think of it as, we went through a lot with slavery and with Jim Crow and with it's so many brutal things that's happened to black people and been taking place to uproot us from our homes and from our neighborhoods. The war on Black Wall Street, which they actually bombed a U.S. city just to get black people out of there because they were building such a great community. Like my brother said, Oregon, so many places where it's genocide. We've been through so many different genocides as black people trying to kill us and take us out. War on drugs, school to prison pipeline, whether it comes to relocation, redlining. There's so many things that's built to kill us and keep us back. And a lot of people don't realize that. Lake Lanier is another reason for them to look in depth into what's going on. I mean, people keep dying. There's no progress in that place. People lose things all the time, and it's just come to a point where, as a state, you have to look at it like, hey, something might not be right. And every time someone has survived a drowning, which you can look up yourself, they always say they felt like they were being pulled down. And I believe in that. I believe in energy. I believe in lives that's been lost, and I believe in the history of it still having a hold on what's going on today. So, man, I don't know, man. Lake Lanier is somewhere I'm not going to go. I don't care if I got a boat or a jet ski. You can keep that, man. You can go vacation there, bro. Have fun.
People keep going, and Lord forbid anything else happens, but I mean, over 200 plus drownings. I don't know what else, they expect to happen. So we'll see as, the summer goes on.